The travel revolution brought on by short-term rentals, Airbnbs, Vrbos, it makes visiting your favorite destinations easier than ever. But there's a flip side to that. Those short-term rentals have made living or working in these places far more difficult. Tonight, we take a look at how the temporary nature of short-term rentals could complicate the future for some of Arkansas's hotspots.
You know, Oakland, the lakes, the national park, etc., does a great job of getting people to come here already. Why don't we just make that extra effort and ask them, hey, why don't you come stay?
When it comes to places like Hot Springs in northwest Arkansas, more and more people would like to stay, but staying long-term has a hefty price tag.
In 2018, the average price was $135,000 for a house here, and now it's $225,000. So that's a $90,000 increase in 4 or 5 years.
A lot of the more tourist-related activities, mountain biking, Razorback events, all of that is contributing to a lot of the housing affordability challenges we're having.
Tourism activities made possible by affordable short-term rental properties. In less than a decade, the quaint idea of letting people stay in a home you own for a comparable price as a hotel has disrupted markets in attractive places like Hot Springs and Fayetteville. It has shifted vacation seasons, become shaped by sports seasons, and forced local leaders to adjust housing plans on the fly.
The Airbnb market has really skyrocketed here.
Staten Fleury sees it coming from different angles. He's a leading owner of racehorses, running one of the favorites in this year's Rebel Stakes at Oakland. He got into the game after growing up literally across the street.
Kind of transitioned from parking and ice cream to when I came along at just a parking lot now.
He went from parking and ice cream to real estate throughout the Spa City. For years, he could afford to save some of his properties for the workers who call Oakland and Hot Springs home during the racing season. But now, short-term rentals allow investors to meet the rising demand of tourists every weekend, squeezing out those trying to live here, even part-time.
Used to, you could find a house, $750 a month, all utilities paid, and you're lucky now if you can find one for $1,200–1,300, all utilities paid.
It's something we're agonizing about all over northwest Arkansas right now, given the relative attractiveness of the region.
Jonathan Kurth is the Development Services Director for the City of Fayetteville. He oversees inspections, permits, and code enforcement. That includes the new system that caps the number of licenses available to legally list and rent out a property on a short-term site.
Seeing that the existing number of short-term rentals were generating the number of issues we were experiencing, and realizing that there was still a potential to have 300 or 400 more short-term rentals resulted in wanting to get a hard cap and also reducing what the potential was.
That hard cap has become the go-to solution in both Fayetteville and Hot Springs.
Because it's a fine line, as we mentioned a minute ago. You know, you want all the small business owners and I mean short-term rental owners to succeed in that sense. But at the same token, you've got to have that delicate balance of workforce housing.
Gary Troutman has been walking that fine line for 6+ years as the president and CEO of the Greater Hot Springs Chamber of Commerce. One of his first efforts, launching MoveToHotSprings.com. There's a huge billboard on Highway 70, placed perfectly to catch the eyes of people heading back toward Little Rock.
You loved it so much to come spend a weekend or a week. We'd love to have you full time. We need to grow Hot Springs and we need the additional workforce.
Troutman, for now, sees Hot Springs' cap of about 450 licensed short-term rentals as being just right. But staying at that limit and cracking down on illegal rentals is easier said than done. In Fayetteville, Kurth and his team spend the Razorbacks football season checking rental sites for unlicensed party pads.
Our council adopted a standard that allows us to potentially withhold city services if they do not cease. So that would most prominently look like cutting off the property's water.
Enforcement and market pressures appear to be calming things down.
Everything, insurance, electricity, everything has really gone through the roof. So to be able to turn a profit on a short term, it's almost impossible.
That's giving Hot Springs time to catch its breath and plan a way forward.
You can't sit here and just let these short-term rentals just price the market out of control, because we still need people to work in all our other, in the tourism industry as well, but also manufacturing and retail and all the hospitals, they all need employees.